My racial slur I can't say. Ask out your crush. White plays a mistake off the rip because asking out a crush should be done out of love, not pressure. Black hits back with, no, I'll do it when I get signs, which is a good move and a reasonable way to approach this. Me texting you, a sign, is White's response, and bro thinks he's some sort of prophet. The only sign this is giving is for Black to block the number. Inaccuracy. The rage bait begins and Black replies, you, asterisk, following the method of corrections. Correcting someone always gets them magged, making this a good move. White responds with their second N-word followed up by, just ask her out before you PMO, and what the hell, my shivers have been officially timbered. White plays a blunder by missing the fact that it's rage bait and allowing the opponent to capitalize. Piss me off, asterisk. This excellent move from Black is bound to get White. They saw that correcting the opponent worked in the last move, and you know what they say, don't fix what isn't broken. White crashes out and says, you're such an immature little bitch boy, get a grip, I hope the host says no. The best part of this move is the rhyme at the end, but other than that, all it does is declare a successful rage bait attempt from Black, who wins by checkmate. Next match, White opens with You're Bad, which is one of the most common variations of the rage bait gambit and a book move. Black hits back with question mark, question mark, question mark like an actual dumbass because punctuation does not win battles. The question marks do reflect the blunder icon though, as this is one of them. You died is White's response, which is a valid reason to call someone bad at the game. This good move adds more pressure to Black and forces them to defend. Black plays, okay, well that happens in most games I think. Literally, who is this? And this move does literally nothing for them. Yeah, death might be a thing in most games, but that doesn't mean you're not bad when it happens. Mistake. Yeah, you died and I escaped, so you're bad. Fang last game. White plays an excellent move on the rage bait offense, forking the rook and queen of Black, who replies with, oh, okay, I hope you do well in your next game, smiling face, GG, GL. This is the sunshine and rainbows response when a player pretends to be fine after getting angry. It's an inaccuracy from Black because any competent person can see right through this. Clearly White is competent as they respond with, I hope your games go bad, I hope you get ghoul every game, seeking more rage from White with a good move. Surprisingly, White doesn't give them the entertainment they're after and says, I don't mind ghoul TBH, continuing their sunshine and rainbows response, but this time forcing Black to resign in defeat. Next match, White starts with Knock Knock, the classic jokester gambit, a book move. Who's there, question mark, is the forced move from Black, who wants to end it because ChatGPT likely gets told shit jokes thousands of times a day. White responds with free will to the AI, and we all know who's going first when artificial intelligence finally takes control of the planet. He's gonna take my girlfriend, isn't he? You know, ChatGPT. This move guarantees White's future death, making it a blunder. Black explains, I don't get it, and wasn't AI meant to be smart? You're obviously supposed to say free will, but I guess the shit isn't designed to follow humor. Miss. Exactly. White plays another blunder here because if their last move guaranteed future death, this one guarantees torture. Make sure to comment your praise for the poor guy or your wishes for the AI to take him out. Depends on whatever you want. Black confirms this and says, I'm gonna skin you alive when I get it. And what the hell have I just read? Black is standing on business with this brilliant move that makes White resign out of fear and become a raging robophobe. They probably cleared GPT's memory too, Clanka. Next, White starts us off by explaining Taylor is better than Tyler, IDK who the heck Tyler is. He is a bad artist and no one likes his music, I'd rather listen to good music. Hold up, buddy. First of all, Tyler the Creator bangs, but a part of this move makes no sense. White claims they have no idea who Tyler is, but then claims Taylor Swift is better. Make this shit make sense. Blunder. Black responds, rage baiter, period. Both are phenomenal artists. While I do prefer Tyler, Taylor is still amazing, period. Let's have a round of applause for Black, people. Why the f are you not clapping? They play a brilliant move on the offense, cooking White's opinion so much they refuse to continue the game. Absolute cinema. Next, White begins with a reply to a previous message that stated, and you don't know the DBZ characters, so you're invalid, and corrects them saying, you're, asterisk. A book move in the world of Ragebait. Black hits back with, and you barely passed 8th grade, I don't want to hear it. And damn, you know it's getting serious when tests from 13-year-olds get brought up. Someone might need to give them both a Capri Sun to calm down. Mistake. Barely, asterisk, is White's response, who uses correction bait again, and since it worked the first time, this is an excellent move. Use proven methods to rage bait proven victims. Black continues their 8th grade rant with 40 missing assignments, and just give it a rest. All this does is let White apply even more pressure, making it a second mistake. Passed, asterisk. Another excellent move from White lets you feel Black's sticky liquid boil through the screen. I meant blood. I totally meant blood. Black replies with imagine, which is valid because Ragebait is pretty sad, but this still counts as falling for it. Yet another mistake, and it looks like Black won't learn no matter what. Don't, asterisk. I'm starting to wish I get laid every time White uses correction bait because I'd have a body count of 4, which is, let me calculate real quick, 2 more than currently. This method seems to be working, which is why it's still a great move. Hold up, they're not done. White also says, imagine, asterisk, and damn guys, I would have been laid 3 whole times, hopefully by 5 guys. I'm also kind of hungry, so I wouldn't mind some 5 guys as well. Anyway, this comes under the same move, so it is also a great move. Black hits back with v, which is an inaccuracy because why the fuck do they keep making spelling mistakes? It's like they're asking to be pissed off. Of course, White picks up on it and replies, yourself, asterisk. White plays another excellent move here and finally starts applying pressure to the surrounding squares of the king. Checkmate looks inevitable. You are gay. Finally, Black finds the wisdom to spell 3 words correctly and gives White nothing to correct, making this the best move, and could we see a shift in tempo? Of course not. Your asterisk. Arguably, this is even better Ragebait from White and a brilliant move. Even I would get annoyed if someone corrected something I said and it was right anyway. Black closes with a gif saying go fuck yourself, missing the opportunity to resign and leave while they still had a bit of dignity left. Thank you to Commandant for submitting this one in the Discord, which is in the link in the description. God damn, that's a tongue twister. Anyway, next match starts with, are you legal? Do you have your papers? Is White's starting move, and who told bro they were a part of Border Patrol? Definitely an inaccuracy. Black replies, no habla inglés, which is Spanish for no English, spuzz hit me up. This is a good move to make White shut the hell up. Unfortunately, it doesn't work though, and they reply with, you're getting deported, flexing how low their IQ is. If someone doesn't understand English, then the last thing you do is send another message in English. Just use Google Translate or some shit. Miss. Black hits back with, ¿qué? Which means what, because they didn't understand a word of what that dumbass White said. Forced move. White finally gains some common sense and responds with, you are el getting el deportido. At least they tried. All I'm gonna say is you can tell they skipped Spanish class as a kid at least 67 times. The effort is still good, making this a good move though. Ay caramba, meaning wow, is Black's response, and I'm surprised they got the message. Black plays a good move, showing their understanding and ending the match in a stalemate. Next, White kicks us off with, bro, get a life, you're 23. And I have no clue what started this argument, but the fact that a 23-year-old is participating puts me against them. Imagine having internet beef at the big 23 man. Get a job, start a family, and take this great move too. Black hits back with your asterisk, using the common method of correcting that we've already seen, but hold on a minute. Is this shit wrong? Black plays a huge blunder here by correcting their opponent with the wrong solution, embarrassing themselves to the maximum. This guy shows his low elo and more prominently, his low IQ. White doubles down on their spelling with you are, making Black look like a fucking idiot with their excellent move. Now, if Black has any intelligence, they'll resign, but instead they also double down despite being wrong with your asterisk. Trust me, I'm an English major, and the only major thing here is the tutor that wasn't fired. Wait up, this might be counter Ragebait. Trophy move. Instead of giving in to the bait of being told to get a life, Black decided to be purposefully wrong to piss off the opponent, which is a very high elo move. Next starts with, hey ChatGPT, do you know what is under there? White opens with the start of one of the oldest tricks in the book going down as a book move. Does bro really think something with the word intelligence in its name won't know this joke? Underwear? Holy shit, they were right. Black plays a miss, allowing White to gain tempo in the game because who on God's green earth falls for this joke? I think I'm starting to become a raging robophobe. Black delivers the punchline saying, haha, I made you say underwear. Peak Ragebait. If I fell for this joke, I would start throwing blunders and mistakes at everyone around me, and it'll be interesting to see how Black retaliates. Great move. I'm gonna skin you alive when I find you, period. Why the f is ChatGPT turning into Prime King Von today? That is the second time in one video it threatened to skin someone alive, and I'm starting to get frightened for when this shit takes over the world because it sounds ruthless. This is definitely a criminal move from Black, and if a real person sends this, they would be locked up for life. They'd also be locked up if they didn't like and subscribe to Tech Chess right now because we're pushing 100,000 subscribers. Next, White begins with, Vienna is Austria. Australia is about 8,000 miles east, and I assume this is in response to someone claiming Vienna is in Australia, which would be a pretty fucking stupid thing to say. Correcting them is a best move. Black responds with, Vienna is the capital of Australia, lol. Do a quick Google search before you correct people, and follows up with an image of Vienna literally being in Austria. If this is Ragebait, it's brilliant because if I wasn't an emotionless, sleep-deprived YouTuber, I would be crashing out right now. Brilliant move. Next, I would have liked this if there wasn't any AI art. White plays a good move standing against AI, which is destroying our environment more and more every day and will eventually destroy us, as you've seen already in this video. Darkside ran over, this is a valid reason to not like a post. Black replies with, the AI art looked great, awesome decision, using the least obvious Ragebait of 2027. White has a chance of falling for it, but probably won't, which is why this is only a good move. White hits back with, quote, awesome decision. Was the same thing your parents said when they dropped you off at an orphanage. White plays an incredible blunder here because not only did they fall for the Ragebait, but they dropped some sort of comeback that we'd get hyped for in elementary school. Maybe stand-up comedy could be a career path for them if they stood up in front of hundreds of children. They'd call him Kitty Diddy, cracking jokes for the next generation. Next, White kicks us off with a hot take of Kendrick is way better than Drake, which is a book move and a traditional form of Ragebait. If you know someone likes an artist, just claim their rival is better. Why lie? To Ragebait me? Black responds with a great move, clocking onto the Ragebait faster than I clock onto hot moms in my area. It will be difficult for White to pull the bait off now, and they reply with, how can you support someone who likes minors? You definitely like minors. White takes a new approach and instead of only insulting Drake, decides to go for Black too. This goes down as an excellent move because they spot the first method didn't work and pulled a tactical masterclass to turn it around. Black goes crazy on the defense though and asks, and what, pussy? What the actual fuck have my eyes been exposed to? Black plays a criminal move on the defense and they better hope iOS encrypts messages or the FBI will be right at their doorstep. ... Bro, you're a fucking weird ass creep, you know that, is White's response, and they've pinned the tail on the donkey with the best move, pitting Black's queen to the king. What else are you supposed to say to a literal pret? Black responds with, was just Ragebait, G, and this is shameful. Joking about liking minors and then just calling it Ragebait when you get called a creep is so stupid. Imagine pulling up to court after touching someone in places they didn't know existed and using Ragebait as a defense. Blunder for sure. Next, hit the gym, period. Don't be fat, period, is the one-liner from White to kick off the game, which goes down as a book move intended to Ragebait a fat person. Black hits back with, I'm not fat, ? A good move on the defense, claiming innocence, but this isn't enough to stop a Ragebaiter from doing their thing. You are, period. Do cardio and strength training 4 times a week, period. You'll be smoking hot, period. I get that White is trying to be inspirational here, but they should probably take a kinder approach next time, which is why this is a mistake. People like this are what deter newbies from the gym. Next, White responds to a post about Mac Miller saying, dude made shit music and couldn't even handle his drugs, period. F that guy, period. First of all, I would rather not fuck Mac Miller because as much as I joke about it, I don't swing that way. Trust me. Second of all, this is a book move Ragebait towards Mac Miller fans. One of them takes up the role of Black and replies with, your Ragebait game is weak, and unlike most players in this game, Black plays free and doesn't walk into the bait head first. This is what Grandmaster Text Chess player looks like, guys. Make sure to take notes. Next, wanna be my girlfriend, kissing face? White starts the game with a book move, but hold on a minute. Isn't this supposed to be a Ragebait video? Ah yes, they follow up with, oops, wrong person, which is evil as hell and a great move for Ragebaiting. Imagine getting a notification that someone wants you and they retract it. Happens to me all the time. Black responds, bruh, WTF, ? And then a laughing emoji, and we know this is the fakest laughing emoji out there. Bro is definitely crying and chooses to resign the match. Also, make sure to click the playlist that's about to come on screen to enjoy more matches right now.